Raider Reaction is for mature audiences only. So if you can't stand the heat, stay away from the fire.
It's another beautiful day to be a raider, draped in the silver and black. I represent the shield, I represent the swords. It's that time of night again, Raider Nation, and you come back. Why? Because it's time. It's time to bring them.
What's up, Raider Nation? I am the Commish. Coming to you live, as always, from Hardcore Challenge Live Studios. And in case you don't know where that is, let me give you some simple directions. It's just down the street past the house with the boarded up windows. Make sure you stop and ask my man Joe. He's a man of commerce, he's a gentleman and a scholar. He will point you in the right direction. It's just down the street. You're going to take a right, and then an immediate left, and as you're strolling down the street, you're going to pass an alley to your right. It's deep, it's dark, it's creepy. There's no lights, there's no public utilities. The weak, the meek, and the rodents don't dare venture down there, and as you walk past it, you feel the cool breeze that chills you to your skeletal core. Is it the autumn wind? You goddamn right. Should you venture down that deep, dark alley, Well, of course you should, because what you'll find at the end is a little place that we like to call deep behind the enemy line. This is Raider Reaction, and as it is every Wednesday, it's Ghost to the Post, where we drop back deep in the pocket and let it fly league-wide as I make my predictions with the one, the only, the Raider Reaction resident sports guru, Prime.
What's going on, party people? Yeah, we'll be a little bit crooked today.
I'm always a little...
What's up, Raider Nation? What's up, NFL fans? What's up, football fans? How's everybody doing? What up, Commish?
I'm always a little crooked. It's all right. Crooked, twisted, however you want to put it out of shape. So you actually did pretty good last week, Prime. You son of a bitch. So you I thought I was gonna gain some ground, and you actually murdered it. 10-6 last week.
Yeah.
Not bad.
I thought after watching that weekend of football, I thought we both did terrible. I don't know. I just saw upsets and ridiculousness. I did not look like Mike Tyson. Come on now. I don't even sound like Mike Tyson.
Yo, do I sound like this? You know, am I gonna bust that fool in the face? Yeah, if you keep talking to me like that, I'm gonna bust him straight in the face. But yo, that's not me.
I'm not him. I'm not Mike Tyson.
That was pretty good. That wasn't bad.
Thanks.
Actually, that wasn't too bad. So you were up on me coming into the week, and obviously you're still up on me. I didn't do terrible. I went 8-8 with a crazy week like we had. I didn't think that was too bad, considering. Obviously, picked the Raiders again, as I've missed all 3 weeks on that because we're 0-3. But you are now.
Sixth grade, man. I got squinty eyes.
You are now 27-21, and I'm sitting at 20-28. So I'm 8 games.
It's a losing record.
Yeah, it is a losing record. Thank you for pointing that out. You are currently 6 games over 500, and I am 8 games under. So I need to win a couple weeks here to pick it back up. So hopefully in week 4 we will get it done. We'll see. But
yeah, well, I mean, have you heard anything about the bet? Has anyone sent any messages or anything like that?
I have not. You guys are horrible slackers. We have not gotten any concrete ideas yet, so we need ideas. Let's throw it out there first. Beginning of the show, we need Prime is up, so obviously it's not looking good for me thus far. Through 3 weeks in, but it's early. It's only 3 weeks in.
Yeah, put on your rally cap.
With 16 games a week, I can make up plenty of ground in a week or two. It's not that big of a deal, but I need to get my shit together. But we need, obviously, a solid wager, of some sort of humiliating fashion for the loser, and we need some ideas. So anybody that would like to message the page with any ideas, please do so. And you know what? If we pick your idea, we'll send you a little Raider Reaction fan pack too, just for the hell of it, for a little added incentive to come up with an idea.
All right.
Here we go.
Whoever's idea we go with, they're gonna get a Raider pack. They're gonna get a Raider Reaction pack.
Yes. So there we go. So a little incentive for some ideas. We need a wager. Something. Not crazy. I'm not shaving my fucking eyebrows or nothing. So let's not get out of hand here. I still have to function and work as a somewhat professional. But so if you guys come up with any ideas, so we can humiliate one of us online live for your viewing pleasure. Ooh, dude, my wife has never seen me without a mustache. Ever.
I can't even grow a mustache.
Well, oh man, I haven't shaved my mustache in freaking 20 plus years. All right, well, let's get into week 4. We'll get back to that. Hopefully you guys can come up with some ideas. Message the page, please, so we have it officially recorded. Since you're now doing it for a prize, you must officially message the page so that we have it recorded. It is.
That's what I've been saying all my life, Steven.
It's not fair. Yeah, well, he can still grow hair. God damn it. So life's just not fair.
All right.
I can grow a mustache, but I'd much rather have hair on my head. Minnesota at the Rams. Man, Minnesota, who saw them losing to the Bills? I mean, we both of us got that one wrong, Prime. We both missed that one last week.
Yeah. And 98% of Las Vegas got that wrong. Everyone got that wrong. No one. That was the biggest underdog on Super Bowl Sunday, were the Buffalo Bills in Minnesota. And they went out and laid a big fat egg.
It did.
Ridiculous. You know what it was, though? This is what you didn't see. This is what I didn't see. It was a trap game.
Yes, you have those.
Looking ahead on the schedule, at LA on Thursday, the Rams, you know, one of the NFC prominent teams, you know, anyway, one of the best teams in the NFC. Yeah, they were looking ahead. They didn't even think about Buffalo. Then Buffalo came out there with a quick defensive line and a rookie quarterback, and all of a sudden they were up, and there was no looking back, man. Kirk Cousins threw in a garbage time touchdown at the end just to put up 6. Otherwise, it was going to be a shutout.
Yeah.
It wasn't even close.
It was not. I was shocked. I was shocked to see the score, and to see that Buffalo coming into that game, I would have put them up as one of the worst teams in the league, and I was shocked to shocked to see them take down Minnesota. So I mean, I'm not sold on Kirk Cousins. I've said that over and over and over again, and I don't think Minnesota wins this game. I think the Rams they're starting to look like they could be the real deal this season. And I'm going to pick the Rams on the Thursday night game. Throw your picks up there with us as you're watching. It's our prediction edition. Goes to the post every Wednesday where we go through, Prime and myself, pick all the games, and make your predictions with us as we go along and throw them up in the comments as we're going to roll through all the games through week 4. So, who are you going with, Prime? Thursday night game, Minnesota at Rams. The Rams.
Yeah, I got to go Rams. I mean, Minnesota's good, but there is a little bit of inconsistency all around. That hiccup they showed, it wasn't Kirk Cousins that allowed the Buffalo Bills to score, you know, like 14 points in the first quarter or anything like that. It wasn't. So that was the defense. And when the defense isn't hitting like it should, they're supposed to be a top-tier defense. And boy, oh boy, I mean, they just had all sorts of issues. I think coming off that, they're going to probably lose again. Right now, they're coming up. There's a new nickname out of LA for the Rams, and that's the traffic jam. And that's Arnold and Ndamukong Suh.
The traffic jam.
Call themselves the LA traffic jam.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, it's about split. It's about split with the viewers. The viewers are about split. I see it about half Rams and about half Vikings, and so it's about split. But we're both on board with the Rams taking the win in week 4. Now moving on to the early games, we'll start with the Bengals at the Falcons. Now the Bengals didn't get it done here this last week, and neither did the Falcons. So they're both coming off losses. Atlanta's at home. Who you got in this one, Prime?
Yeah, Carolina handled the Bengals pretty easily. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna go with the Falcons. They just took that narrow beating by the Saints, so they're gonna come back this week. I'm gonna go Falcons on this one.
Going Falcons. Prime's going the Falcons. Now this is an interesting one because I've been watching the Bengals a little closer than I typically do because I've got Andy Dalton sitting on my bench. And I'm seriously considering starting him actually this week. When you look at the Falcons defense, I believe they give up it's either 3rd or 4th in fantasy points to quarterbacks. They give up a lot of points. The Falcons defense, and Andy Dalton has actually been pretty good, barring his performance last week. The first 2 weeks he was stellar. So it could be a very high scoring game, and I think the Bengals could possibly steal this one from the Falcons. And I'm gonna go down on a ledge with this one because I need to gain some ground on your ass. But I'm gonna go Bengals in this one because I think the Bengals do have a chance. Only because I've been kind of watching Dalton this year, and he was a little off last week, but I think he could bounce back. They still put up 21 points, even though they lost. So,
Well, you know, the running back, Joe Mixon, he's been hurt, and that's kind of a big deal. I don't know when he's coming back. They still have Giovanni Bernard, I believe, at the running back, as well as a couple other guys. AJ Green's world class, man. AJ Green's for real.
I tried to get him.
Wide receiver. That's what helps Andy Dalton.
I tried to trade for him this week. I tried to pick. Unless Carr and Coop pick it up here soon, I may need another 1-2 punch in my fantasy lineup, and it may be Dalton and somebody else. So, gotta keep it real, man. Silver and Black Attack can't go down with the ship. I gotta at least save my fantasy team.
Yeah.
It's the only thing I got control of. Damn it. So, all right, we're split on that game. Now, you got an NFC matchup. Tampa Bay at Chicago. Tampa Bay's coming off the loss on Monday night where Fitzpatrick started to look more like Fitzpatrick. You've got the quarterback controversy in Tampa Bay. We don't really know who's going to start yet. He has not. Dirk Cutter has not announced. He has not announced the starter yet, so you don't know who the starter is going to be in that game. But the Bears, obviously, they got that new guy on defense that they picked up in a deal in the offseason who's been freaking murdering it for them. And their defense is what's carrying them right now because Trubisky ain't getting it done. But they win 16-14 last week. They're at home. You got the Bucks coming, but you don't know who the quarterback is. So this is a tough one to call, Prime, because
it's a really tough one to call. I mean, is Jameis Winston a better quarterback than Ryan Fitzpatrick? And Fitzpatrick, the journeyman, like, 14 years or something like that he's been in the NFL? I mean, is he a better quarterback than him? I don't know. But they got some really good skill positions between their tight ends. They got some wide receivers. You know, they could use some help at running back. I don't think, Peyton Barber, I think, is their number one running back.
Yeah.
Sure. That's how dominant that running game is.
Well, we all knew the shine
I gotta go.
was coming off Fitzmagic sooner or later. We knew the shine wasn't staying on Fitzmagic forever. I mean.
Well, right. I mean, when you throw 50-50 balls, eventually they're going to go the other way. So,
well, it's.
I don't know. I'm going to go out on the limb here. I'm going to pick the road team. I'm still going to say the Buccaneers wake up after that loss, and they make some big stuff happen. It's going to be in Chicago on Soldier Field, and the Bears are going to lose.
I don't know who they're going to start in this game. You would think logically they would start.
I don't think it matters.
I don't think it matters honestly either. That's what I was about to say. I think Chicago's going to win regardless. I think Fitzpatrick is back to he turned back into the fucking pumpkin, and he's only going to be who he's been his entire career, which is a guy that got released by the Jets. So that's who he's going to be. He rolled and he pulled the fucking thing and got all sevens the first 2 weeks. He rolled everything and came up fucking roses every time. It was those games, man. Sometimes you just have those games. Well, now it's back to reality. And even if you stick Jameis in there, Jameis is going to be cold, he's going to be rusty, and he's not going to look good. And I don't think either situation's good for the Bucs. So I disagree with you, and I'm going with the Bears. At home.
Right on.
So, all right, moving on. We got D at D. Detroit at Dallas. Detroit with the big win. Neither one of us picked that one, Prime. We missed that one big time.
Nope. Yep.
Yeah,
Detroit goes up and beats New England. But I mean, everyone has to agree that New England early in the schedule is a totally different team than New England at the end. But nonetheless, Detroit pulls out the win. Now they're going to go to Big D, Dallas. And tell you what, man, Dallas is offensively challenged. They got Ezekiel Elliott, and that is it. Dak Prescott's a punk, man. He's not a punk.
Yeah.
He's just not good.
There's the drop right there. I'm going to have to get back and grab that one. Prime says Dak Prescott is a punk. We're going to put that out and fucking run that on a page headline.
He's just not a good quarterback. He's just not a good quarterback.
No, he's not.
Tavon Austin is their biggest offensive threat outside of Ezekiel?
I'm picking Detroit, man.
Gadget play.
I'm picking Detroit in this one. I think Detroit can go in Dallas and beat Dallas.
I'm picking Detroit too.
I think they can go in and beat Dallas.
Again, I think.
Dallas ain't for real. They're not.
No.
Prescott had the rookie season with Ezekiel Elliott and all the stars just aligned that first season in 2016, and no, it's not going to happen again. I think it was a one season fluke, and I think they're done. Detroit will take them down. Now you've got an AFC matchup, and against the NFC team, couple up north teams, Buffalo at Green Bay. Buffalo with the big win. Green Bay with the big loss that we didn't see coming at all. Neither one of us picked that one either, as Washington shocks everybody and takes down the Packers. Well, I can't see your message now, Hot Neo. I'm kind of in the middle of a show, you know?
Yeah, right. I just turned the messages back on. It was a mistake. All right, so no, love you guys. Yeah, I don't know. Green Bay's gonna go. Clay. Oh man, Clay. I'm gonna call him by his first name, Clay. Man,
I'm calling him by his Clay. Mama called him Clay. I'm gonna call him Clay.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, he's gonna interrupt the passer again. They're gonna lose again because of it, even.
The Bills. I'm taking Green Bay in this one, man. The Bills are still the Bills. I'm not. No. I'm taking Green Bay.
Yeah, I don't know. See, the thing is last week they showed something that I think is going to pose a problem for Green Bay. The Bills had fast defensive ends. Their defense was quick on the outside, and with that, they were able to get to Kirk Cousins real fast. Okay, and that's Aaron Rodgers' specialty, is getting rid of the ball super fast. But I think with that fast defense on the ends and Aaron Rodgers' injury, I mean, that Favre cocktail can only take you so far. I still see him limping. But
it's a Favre cocktail. I could use a good Favre cocktail.
Yeah, I think it'll get you going. But no, Green Bay. And once, I'm sorry, if Aaron Rodgers is in any way, if he is hampered, if he is only 80%, yeah, he's better than a lot of quarterbacks, but he's not good enough to carry that team anymore.
No, they keep stealing talent, man. They keep stealing the talent from around him, and I'm still picking Green Bay. I'm not a believer in the Bills yet. I would have called them the worst team in football before last week, and I don't think that changed that dramatically in 1 week. So I'm going with Green Bay. Are you picking Buffalo?
I'm picking Buffalo.
All right, Buffalo it is. Now moving on, we got Philadelphia, the defending Super Bowl champions, at the Tennessee Titans, who, how the hell they pulled out the field goal fest against the Jags, I don't know. 9-6. That one, another one we also picked wrong. And
Yeah.
so I don't think this is a close game, though. The Titans are bad. I mean, they won in a 9-6 field goal match. The defending champs went and won, you know, in a real matchup and put up some points. I mean, they did just beat the Colts. I mean, it's the Colts, but
The Colts are
I'll check it later, Hot Neil.
Yeah, it's Philadelphia all day. They got, Carson Wentz back, dude.
Yeah, I don't even see. This one's...
Their other wide receiver.
You can't...
Not Nelson Aguilar, but the wide receiver that came over from Chicago.
Yes, it is the Eagles. I'm picking the Eagles as well.
Yeah, I'm picking the Eagles, but yeah, the wide receiver that came over from Chicago, he's been injured. He's just been cleared for contact. So, oh gosh, that Chicago Bear wide receiver went over to the Eagles last year. Anyway,
Yeah.
He's coming back. He's better than Nelson Aguilar. Carson Wentz is back. Zach Ertz, yeah, it's Eagles all day.
It's Eagles all day. I need Zach Ertz to give me some points for my fantasy team. I gotta win this week. I need to get back to 500. All right, so we're both on with the Eagles. Houston. At Houston, the only other 0-3 team. Alshon Jeffries. Yes, that's who he was thinking of.
Thank you, Alshon Jeffries.
Houston at Indianapolis is an interesting one. Houston, the only other 0-3 team, along with the Raiders in the AFC. I told you I didn't believe in that Deshaun Watson, but I also told you I believe in the Raiders. So what's that say for me?
That's true, and I don't even know if it's all Deshaun Watson or that offense.
I don't either.
I'll take this game and score points and keep the other team from scoring points. And if they don't do that, Houston's got to have defense to help them out because, I mean, truth of the matter is that Deshaun Watson, he's a second-year quarterback. I mean, yeah, he was a flash in the pan before he got injured. And yeah, because of his talents, they are able to produce some big plays. But those are not big plays that they can depend on, like, consistently. Sometimes it's going to have to be the defense. And I think the defense is going to have to carry the load there and put the offense in good position in order for them to have their best success. So with that being said, I think they're going to get that done against Indianapolis. They've got their own issues.
It looks about
coming back.
It's about split in the comments. I see about half Houston, half Indianapolis in the comments. So
thanks, Iron Man.
wow, it's a new superhero every week.
So yeah.
I wonder who it'll be next week.
I tell you what, if you want to see who brings me some of that purple next week, tune in.
Houston and Indy. I'm taking Indianapolis. I'm going neckbeard.
What?
The Texans go to 0-4. Are you taking Houston?
Yeah.
All right. All right.
Definitely taking Houston.
Houston. Somebody say purple drink? Miami at New England.
Alrighty.
Miami at New England. Now, this is an interesting matchup.
The only other,
Miami is looking, I mean,
Miami's undefeated.
yes, they are. And the Patriots do not look good. They like I said, man, Father Time is undefeated. Eventually he's going to catch Tom Brady's ass. I don't care how many fucking rice cakes and avocado ice cream his ass eats. He was going to fucking hawk him down eventually. And they're starting to look mortal. So, I mean, 10-26, they went down to the Lions. And they're at home, though.
They're at home. There was some Jedi shit for the Lions because, you know, they had Matt Patricia and he was, you know, he was part of the New England staff for a good long time as their defensive coordinator. So if anyone is going to know how to stop that offense, it's going to be him, you know? And Detroit has a decent defense. They got a couple of safeties or something that are worthy, but nonetheless, and a linebacker. But so now, I don't know. I'm going to go Dolphins just because, man, I mean, New England's not showing me anything. They're having problems, and I think they're going to continue to have problems, at least until either a wide receiver comes back off suspension, Julian Edelman, or Josh Gordon. Until that happens, I don't know. I don't see New England faring too well. So I'm going to go with Miami.
You're going with Miami. I am going to go with New England. Only because they're at home. I think they will pull off the close win. And
Chris is right.
What the hell is this? Interesting.
Yeah, Gronk was going to be traded, and they were trying to trade Gronk, and they had a deal going with the Lions at one point in time, And he said, no, I'm not going to go. If he gets traded anywhere, he was going to retire. That's what Gronk said. Gronkowski. Not so much that he didn't want to go to the Lions, but he didn't want to leave Tom Brady. Tom Brady is his man, and that's just how it is. So, in lieu of retiring, if traded, New England kept him around, and yeah.
Sorry, I got totally derailed there because some ass clown in an NFL group, it's trying to ban me for posting the show, and I just thought it was funny, because I mean seriously, some social media police. I'm in so many groups. I just post them without even looking at them. I don't even know which one it is. It's some group I never even fucking heard of, but they're gonna throw me out. Fucking get out! I just think it's funny. All right. So you going Miami? I'm going New England.
Yep.
All right. Now we've got the Jets at the Jaguars. It's an interesting matchup. Jags are coming off a loss where they couldn't put up any points against the Titans. And you got the Jets. The Jets are just, they're the Jets. You know, the Jets. They lost to Cleveland.
Yeah, they're the Jets. But they look like world beaters on opening or Sunday night or whatever when they played the Lions. Anyway, the Jets are they're going to go to Jacksonville and they're going to lose. Sam Darnold is. I mean, the problem right now that the Jaguars are having is T.J. Yeldon is now their starting quarterback because starting running back because their running back is hurt. So without that running game, Blake Bortles is just gonna, I don't know, be average at best. So, but still, that's gonna be enough to beat the Jets.
Yeah, average at best is enough to beat the Jets. I can agree with you there. I'm going with Jacksonville as well. So that's all of the early games on Sunday Prime. So we've got the first. It's the only game that's got a 4:00 kickoff time, and that is the Cleveland Browns with Baker Mayfield starting, coming off his big relief pitching efforts, and the first time you see him play, he's got the Browns thinking they're Super Bowl contenders all of a sudden, and they're coming to Oakland, who's 0-3 and needs a win really, really, really bad. The storyline to this got really freaking weird over the last week with the Baker Mayfield storyline thrown into it. So now this is a dangerous game for Oakland. You've got a guy who basically has nothing to lose. He's already won the hearts of the city in one relief effort, and they're not going to throw him out after one bad game. They think he's the guy for the future, and they'll ride with him through a few losses. He's on the road, so if he doesn't have a lot to lose, I think he's going to come out and throw the damn ball with reckless abandon, and that concerns me a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, right now, gosh, I don't know what to know. I don't know anything about Oakland right now. I don't know anything about Oakland. I don't know if they're maybe they've got trucks on their way to Vegas already, but they're not even close to the team that they were last year. And last year was a bit of a shocker. I don't know what's going on. I mean, Khalil Mack is one dude. Granted, he can change your defense, but still, you still got your quarterback. You still got your wide receiver.
Yeah.
You still got Lynch.
Khalil Mack don't help you score in the goddamn red zone. He ain't got shit to do with that. So,
I don't know, man. Baker Mayfield, I saw him in college. He was really good. He won the Heisman.
I'm picking the Raiders in this one. I think this is, they should have won the last two games. They've been too close to winning. I think this is the one. I don't think they go 0-4. I'm not, I've got to see a lot before, they make a turnaround, obviously. But I think this game at home, I think Baker Mayfield, first start as a rookie on the road in a hostile environment like Oakland, is going to be a rough start. And I honestly think Raiders do win this one. It will be the first win of the season. I don't think we go 0-4 start out. I think it'll be 1-3. Not a stellar record at all for the first quarter of the season, but be 1-3. But
Yeah.
the storyline concerns me. I ain't going to lie. I'm not going to lie. Storyline concerns me.
I'm a sucker for headlines. I'm going Cleveland.
Yeah, well.
If Mayfield comes to Oakland and wins, what, are you gonna knock Mayfield out of the game? Come on, Lions. Like, you got a pass rush. You gotta sack the quarterback to knock him out.
Well, I'm going Oakland. We'll see. I think we. I just cannot see with that much talent, man, that we start out 0-4. But like I said,
I know.
we'll see.
Something's wrong with the chemistry, man. There's something in the Gatorade in Oakland right now.
There's no mojo, man. Something bad juju. Something's going on. So the only 4:05 kickoff is Seattle at Arizona. Arizona is still a bad football team. They're 0-3. Seattle, big win against Dallas. They're 1-2.
Yeah. I don't know. I gotta go. Man, they're divisional. They're both crappy.
I think the bitch pigeons are less crappy than the Redbirds. So I'm going.
So you got Russell Wilson. So based on Russell Wilson alone,
Yes,
I'm gonna go with the Seahawks.
I would say he tips in the Seahawks' favor as well, because the Cardinals, they're going. They can't go with who they're going with. They've already done with Bradford. Now they're going with the rookie, and it's now. Like I said, I feel bad for Larry Fitzgerald.
Oh man, maybe I should switch my pick, because you know what's working this year in the NFL? These rookie quarterbacks, dude. Man, I just watched Baker do that thing. Oh my gosh, man, what happened? Game 1, Sam Darnold came out and lit up the Lions. Oh my gosh, switch my pick right now. Josh Rosen is gonna come out and light up that old ass defense in Seattle.
All right. So we'll see about that. All right, I'm sticking with Seattle. I'm not switching. Now we got two games at a 4:25 kickoff. The first one is the Saints at the Giants. Both
Saints.
coming off a win.
Saints are taking that show on the road. Same reason I went with Seattle, or at first, until I switched up to the rookie. The same reason I'm going to go with the Saints, because right now, Drew Brees is better than Manning. Eli Manning.
I'm taking the Saints on the road as well. I think the Saints go in and they take care of business. I absolutely think so. I'm going with the Saints as well. Jukebox has an upset alert on every damn pick. It can't be an upset on every pick, Jukebox.
Yeah, right. By the way, the team you didn't pick, upset alert. Oh, I like what you did there, Wayne. Well played, sir.
Well played.
All right.
Nice play on words there. All right.
All right.
San Francisco minus Garoppolo at the Chargers. At the Chargers. This is an interesting one. I don't see the Niners staying in this one. Not with the injuries.
Yeah, no, Chargers are all about it, man. The Chargers are going to definitely win this game against the 49ers. 49ers just lost Garoppolo. C.J. Beathard, I believe, is the backup for the 49ers out of University of Iowa. And he's hot garbage.
He's a Hawkeye.
Oh, my gosh, he is hot garbage. C.J. Beathard shouldn't be starting no NFL. This is going to be the Chargers all day. Phillip Rivers is going to roll up in there with his bolo tie and look C.J. Beathard in the face and laugh at
Him and his 15 kids. His 15 kids all wearing bolo ties, fucking rolling in, and we're gonna be.
He's 3 games away from the CFL. he is a Canadian football leaguer.
This is one. If you got Phillip Quivers in this is one you want to start him in fantasy football. This is one because this is one of those 400-yard, 4-touchdown games for Phillip Quivers and the Sparklers, and they're going to take down the 49ers in this one. Prime and I are both on board with the Sparklers.
Yeah, I gotta go Chargers.
Bobby Boucher.
On that one. Bobby Boucher.
All right, we've got one more late game. Division rivalry. Baltimore at Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's,
Baltimore win just. They held off the Bucks basically. They scored all their points in the first half.
they did. They held off. They did hold them off. It was Baltimore took down Denver, who I don't think Denver's for real. I think Case Keenum's
No,
is a fraud. He is.
he is.
He's stealing from Denver.
Got lucky last year because he was on a good team. Now he's on a different version of the same team, only a little bit worse. Only because they're a little bit older. In Denver.
Yes.
Denver is like the old version of Minnesota right now. So Case Keenum, no. So that's a whole other story. But yeah, I gotta go with. I'm gonna go with the Steelers over the Ravens on this one.
I think so too. They're at home. I don't know what the Ravens are yet this season. I mean, I don't know. I haven't quite figured them out.
It's still Joe Flacco.
Yeah, but I don't know.
It's still Joe Flacco.
I mean, they're 2-1. They put up 27 points last week. They handled Denver fairly easily. So, I'm still going with Pittsburgh in this one. Now you got the big Monday night game, which is the 2-1 Broncos hosting the 3-0 Kansas City Chiefs. It's an interesting game. You got Patrick Mahomes, who's been given the reins. He looks like he could be the real deal.
3 weeks, NFL record, 13 touchdowns. Did I tell you Andy Reid saw something, or did I tell you that Andy Reid saw something? But, yeah.
No comment.
Well, you know where I'm going right now. Andy Reid, and I don't even care who he coaches. I'm sorry he coaches for the Chiefs, because I don't really like the Chiefs. But, whatever. I like Andy Reid as the coach. I like him in Philadelphia, too. That's a whole other story. Anyway, I like Andy Reid. I like what he does. I like his offenses. And he saw Patrick Mahomes before anyone else did. I'm not even the only person that's been saying that Andy Reid was the only person that saw that in Patrick Mahomes coming out of Texas Tech. But, anyhow, so yeah, I'm gonna stick with the Chiefs on that one. I'm sorry. Case Keenum he's a journeyman too, man. He's a backup quarterback.
Yeah, Case Keenum, he's a fraud. He's stealing. It's like he should be arrested for taking that much money for being what he is. He's a fraud. But, you know,
Reid is a football genius.
Fuck him. This is the kind of game I want to see the field just open up and swallow both of them. These are my most two hated fucking teams. I hate both these teams. Can it be a tie? Can they both lose somehow, like 0-0? Like, does that even not count as a tie? That should be a loss for both of them.
It was almost a tie last week. It was almost a tie week 3.
God.
Oh, which game was it? Oh, Atlanta and New Orleans almost tied. Someone else did too. Anyway, yeah. So it is possible that the Broncos and Chiefs would tie.
It would.
They're just president. I mean, it's happened before.
Yeah, it has happened. This is true. This is true. Has happened.
It's not gonna happen sometime. It's gonna be the Chiefs because they can't even come close to hanging with the skill positions of the Kansas City. I mean, Tyreek Hill he's a real deal, man. Hunt. Oh my God, man. He's like Travis Kelce is a young Gronkowski.
You disgust
Gronkowski
me.
back and elbow surgery.
Total accident. Oh. I hit the drop button. I didn't even know what I hit. I was like, God, it was something stupid. But oh, that was funny. Oh, all right. So that is all of the games for week 3. Now, we got a couple of minutes, Prime. So let's take a look at the standings in general across the league. And you've got one of the biggest things I'd say shocker in the AFC is you see the Dolphins sitting with already a 2-game lead over New England. If they beat New England this week, drop New England to 1-3, and they move to 4-0, that would be a real shocker in the AFC East for what's happened over the past decade.
But I think Miami actually wins the division like every 6 years, and if that's the case, then they're due.
All right. Now, Kansas City and the Broncos are sitting atop the AFC West. Obviously, the Raiders are a shocker, sitting at the bottom at 0-3. You've got the Bengals and the Ravens at 2-1, sitting atop the AFC North, with 2 teams tied for second at 1-1-1. That's freaking weird to see right in week 3 already. 2 1-1-1 teams in the same division. It's odd.
Terrible.
And the Titans and the Jaguars are tied for first place in the AFC South. Not something you would have thought. I wouldn't have picked the Titans anywhere near the top after 3 weeks, but they're hanging in there, even with
They got lucky.
a lot of injuries, man. They've had a lot of injuries too. Lost Delaney Walker, Mariota's banged up. I mean, they've had
Marco Murray retired.
Yeah, they've had a lot of issues. You've got the defending champion, the Eagles, are still sitting atop the division, tied at 2-1 with the Redskins, and the NFC West is turning out to be a runaway right out of the gate. The Rams are at 3-0. The best team behind them is the Niners at 1-2. They're losing their quarterback. Seattle's 1-2. The Cardinals are 0-3. That's looking like the Rams could run away with that division.
Yeah, the Rams are going to run away, but even I think the Eagles are going to run away too. I mean, they just got their quarterback Carson Wentz back. I mean, he's only going to get better, and that guy he's head and shoulders better than Nick Foles. Nick Foles was a product of offensive coordinators, careful preparation. But other than that, I mean, he's not better than Carson Wentz. So the Eagles are going to run away with that division. Maybe the Redskins are going to be the surprise and keep up a little bit, but with Alex Smith. But yeah, in the NFC West, oh goodness. My apologies. There seems to be shenanigans going on outside of my studio here.
Uh-oh. Shenanigans. I call it shenanigans.
Hey, keep it down. I don't know what's going on. Hey, who's there?
Who's there? Oh my God! Prime's getting arrested. No. Oh, I see.
You can't catch me, Copper.
On the floor. No. I've seen that before.
What?
You go into the floor in said area.
Oh. Yeah. Busted my ass right over there.
That's hilarious.
Right over there.
Right on camera. All of a sudden,
That's what happens
floor.
when you're trying to walk into a show.
Yep. That was good shit.
I know it's hard to tell by the garage door, but I'm in my garage. It's starting to get cold. I got a sweater on.
Cold. It's not getting cold here. There'll be none of that coldness. Now in the NFC North, where it gets cold, you got the 2-1 Bears in first place all by themselves. You got two more teams sitting at 1-1, with the Packers and the Vikings, and the Lions got on the board at 1-2. So that's a fairly close division. And then the South, you've got 3 2-1 teams, as the Bucs, Saints, and the Panthers are all sitting tied atop, with the Falcons at 1-2. That's a tough division, man. That NFC South division. The Bucs looking good makes it even tougher. That they look like they could be legit.
Between the Panthers, the Bucs, the Saints, yeah. Gosh, who are we leaving out? Hold on,
The Falcons.
Oh, the Atlanta Falcons. The Carolina Panthers. Yeah, man, the NFC South is mean, dude. Like, I think all three. There's at least 3 teams that are gonna make some noise later on this season. It's gonna be a close race.
I think you're right. It's gonna be interesting. So, who's your biggest shocker that you've seen so far out of the gate through week 3? Is it teams you see sitting at the bottom, or teams you're shocked to see sitting at the top? I'm obviously shocked the Raiders are 0-3.
My biggest shock. So far, yeah. I mean, one of my biggest shocks, I have to admit, is the Raiders. I mean, while I'm here, let me talk Raiders for a second. Holy smokes! No, I didn't see this coming. I mean, outside of losing Khalil Mack, I thought everything else they had done in the offseason was gold. I think John Gruden could have done a little bit more, and I understand that he's an offensive mind, quarterback guru, and all that. But what he did with the relationship of the Raiders and Khalil Mack, I just don't know, man. Like, I really have some questions about that organization right now. I've got some questions about John Gruden. Man, I mean, he came out of the booth. It's not like he just came from another team. That man came out of the booth for a minute, man. He was like the highest paid employee of ESPN only months ago, and now he's the coach of the Raiders. So, like, that's a big surprise for me. Other than that, it's really just like the young quarterbacks and the way that the biggest surprise is really the direction that the league is moving with the protection of the quarterback penalties that they call now. I mean,
what is up with that shit, man? You can't even fall to the ground. I mean,
they might as well just designate 3 defensive linemen that have to count to 10 Mississippi before they blitz, because all they really want are the deep ball. They just want long passes, and as this league is tending towards it's more pass-oriented than ever right now.
Yeah.
And what bothers me is when people talk about records and they say, he didn't pass for this much, or he passed for that much back in the day when it wasn't so much of a passing league. And I'm like, I'm sorry, you played in the era you played in. You got your stats. If you could have done more, you should have did.
Yeah. That shit don't hold no water for me. Yeah. You got your...
I mean, man, they've been hard on these roughing the quarterback.
Oh, my God, man. I mean, like Clay Matthews, for instance, he's got like a roughing the quarterback call every damn week of the season. And he's to the point where he's like, how the fuck do I even tackle the quarterback? I mean, you got to think of that. This guy's rushing the quarterback, and he's going up against a guy that's probably 300 plus pounds. Now, you get around that guy for a split second, the quarterback's right there, and you don't get to decide where you hit him, how you hit him. You know, you're just hitting the guy because that's your goddamn job, and then all of a sudden you're
I
like,
want to get him down.
you're getting a fucking penalty for it. It's ridiculous, man. It's like it's not even fucking football.
But it's not even defensive linemen alone. Man, I've seen like cornerbacks and safeties on blitzes that are getting roughing the quarterback calls on hits that are not roughing the quarterback. It's not a penalty. Like,
Now you got to get him to the ground.
NFL is getting soft. Right now,
Excuse me.
I gotta agree with that right now. The NFL is getting soft. I love the sport. I'll watch it no matter what. People try to say, oh, the game's unwatchable because they call these penalties. Get out of here. You were watching it when it happened. You're going to watch it next week, too.
Yeah, it's not unwatchable. It just pisses you off because it's dumb as hell. And they're going to end up changing it. They're not going to keep it like that. They can't. There'll be a mutiny if they keep trying to push this particular rule. They're going to have to do something to tweak it. The not putting your body weight on the quarterback fucking rule is retarded. I mean, Jesus Christ, you're falling to the ground.
See, the thing is, it's like, I remember when football was still hard, when, you know, you could sack the quarterback however you wanted, and there is a legitimate way in which a defensive player can land on a quarterback intentionally with all of his weight, so to speak.
Well, yeah, like Saragusa did to Gannon. I mean, he picked him up, drove him into the ground. There's a difference between just falling on somebody and driving them into the ground with your whole weight.
Was there a penalty?
Yeah. That wouldn't have.
Was there a penalty?
No. No. He just left the game. I believe it was a separated shoulder or something like that, if I remember right.
That's rough. And by the way, I'm an NFL fan. Rich Gannon, he's one of my favorites, man. I like that guy.
Gannon, man, he could sidearm that shit around anybody.
That's what I'm doing now.
I loved Rich Gannon, man. He could find a hole where there wasn't a hole, and that dude, he was awesome. I wish we could have got one.
Man, he would open windows where they weren't open before, man. He was awesome.
Rich Gannon, Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hopefully I can gain some ground on you, Prime, here in week 4. We'll see. You're up 27-21 against my 20-28. If you guys have any ideas for a contest for Prime and I, for punishment for the loser, message the page. For a chance to win a Raider Reaction prize pack if we pick your idea for the contest that we use. Or the punishment that we use for whoever loses. So, Prime will be back next week. Goes to the post, as always. And I will be right back here tomorrow with my favorite salty bastard, Captain Jack. As we get into a little Raider Nation Ricochet, both of us were in attendance at last week's debacle of week 3 in Miami. We were sitting in the same club level, discussed most of the game that was happening. And we will get into it tomorrow, as well as break down everything Browns related and get you ready for week 4. So tomorrow night, make sure you join me. Same Raider time, same Raider channel. As always, I appreciate you guys joining us. Each and every freaking single one of you, new and old, our band of pirates. Thank you. We always appreciate every second you spend with us on Raider Reaction. Tomorrow night, Captain Jack and the Commish. Raider Nation Ricochet. Get you ready for week 4. We'll talk everything Browns. Thank you for joining me. As always, I'm out. Peace, love, Raider Nation!